Hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Just wanted to do a video for you guys, give you an update on different platforms that are paying right now in this bear market. Had a few people post comments underneath my videos or send me messages saying, "Hey, what are the platforms that you're in, or what are the platforms that are paying right now?" And really, it's pretty simple. If you go to my channel, I talk about the platforms that are paying. What I'll do is I'll go run through these different platforms, give you my thoughts on them, and give you just a quick update because these are the platforms right now that are paying. I'm in a bunch of platforms, to be honest with you. Some of the stuff that I am in, I'm not even doing videos for. You go to my link tree underneath this video, you can actually see some of the different platforms I'm in. Some of them, they've been out for a year. One of them has been out for 4 years, which I don't even really talk about. But yeah, I'm still in it. I'm actually one of the, I don't want to say the top affiliates, but we do get a lot of bonuses for being one of the early, people that were in the platform and build a team. But yeah, I don't even really talk about that platform, but it's paying out, right? So you can check out all the different things that I'm in inside of the link tree down below. But let's just jump into it, guys. Lots of stuff to talk about. You can see here that the market, I mean, this was probably one of the worst weeks in the market, guys. The market was crushed. You look at Bitcoin under 19,000 again, it's kind of bouncing up and down. It goes below 20,000 and above 20,000 and below 20,000. Right now, as I'm doing this video, it's at 19K, 33%, not 33,000, 33% down in the last week. Ethereum under $1,000 right now, almost 36% down for the week. BNB 27% down. It's now back under $200. It was kind of bouncing around that $200 mark. And I can go on and on. I can scroll down here and just show you all the red that's in the market. It's one of the worst weeks that I've personally experienced, and I've been in this space since 2016. Active, I've known about crypto, and I kind of followed Bitcoin a little bit prior to 2016, but me getting into different platforms, it was around 2016. So I've seen a lot. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. I've been through ups, I've been through downs, and it was really a crazy week this last week. Now, that being said, we're still making profit. We're still making money. We're in these different platforms because I've always said whether the market's going up, whether it's going down, whether it's going sideways, you have to find ways to make money because there's just way too much opportunity out here. And DeFi is a way you can actually make life-changing income, in this space, whether the market's up or down, regardless of that, right? So let's just jump into it. This is one of the things I wanted to show you right here. You look at the market, there's a lot of panic in the market right now. There's a lot of people that are wondering what to do. Here's my suggestion. Look, I'm not a financial advisor. Never take anything I say as financial advice. You should do your own research, do your own due diligence. You've heard me say this many times before, right? But if you're scared in the market right now, don't make any moves. Just don't do anything, right? It's better to kind of like step away instead of looking at charts and looking at your phone and looking at YouTube and looking at CoinMarketCap and seeing all the red and looking in your wallets and seeing the value of your portfolio drop. Instead of doing all that, just get off of the computer, right? Just detach yourself for a day or 2 or 3 days or a week or what have you, right? Because there's really nothing you could do about the market, right? There's really not much you can do about it. If you're gonna hold, right, then hold. You don't need to stare at the market, right? Sometimes that's the best thing to do. For me, I'm obviously holding my crypto. I'm not really selling it. That's why I'm not really concerned and worried about these prices because look, I've been through ups, I've been through downs. It's going to go back up. It's going to recover. We don't know when, right? It might probably not going to recover tomorrow or next week or next month, but at some point it'll come back up. We've been through this before. That's the way markets go. They go up and down. They're cyclical, right? So they go up and down, up and down, up and down. But over the course of time, it's still in an upward direction, right? Like right now, we're like everybody's crapping their pants that Bitcoin is at 19,000. Back in 2017, Bitcoin ran from like 3,000 up to 19,000, and everybody was pumped. Everybody was excited. People were like buying Lambos. People were going nuts, right? Then it dropped that. Then the market corrected itself and it dropped all the way back down to 3,000. So I've experienced that, right? From going from 19, 20, 21,000 down to 3,000. People were doing what they were doing today, right? They're crapping their pants. but then it recovers, it goes back up, right? That's just the way it is. So, the highs back then are the lows today, right? Like people were pumped about being at 19,000 back in 2017, but today people are crapping their pants that it's at 19,000, right? That's just the way it is. So all of that just to say, unless you're selling, don't worry about it. Like sometimes the best thing to do is just not do anything and just chill, right? Just chill. Let the market do what it does. And if you're going to play in these different platforms, play in them, but don't worry about it. My point being is don't sweat it. Like, don't worry about it too much. There's nothing you can do about it. Just ride the wave and go try to stack as much crypto as you can. Like for me, the times that I've stacked the most crypto were always in down markets. In down markets is when I was really stacking a bunch of it. Stack, 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 stack. And a lot of people say, well, man, you really came up, with drip. I came up before drip. Like what the money I'm making in drip, I made in 4 or 5. I did that 4 or 5 times in 4 or 5 different platforms. Like we were making more money in Ether chain and Tron chain back in the day than we're making in drip. I mean, my point being is that you can make money regardless of what the market is doing, right? But if you are playing offense, you can stack, stack, stack in the market we're in right now, right? So this is what I wanted to show you guys. All of that just to say, this right here, a lot of people use this back in my network marketing days. My upline used to show this in front of the room all the time. Used to show this, and it's really your perspective, right? When you see something like this, what do you see, right? Some people will look at this and they'll say, okay, opportunity is nowhere, right? Then other people will look at this and say, opportunity is now here, right? Like, how can two people see the same thing and have totally different perspectives, totally different, they process it differently. That's the way this market is. Like some people will look at this market right now and say, oh my God, it's doom and gloom, forget about it. We're going to lose everything. We're in a recession. And some of that might be true, right? I think we are in a recession, right? Or we're moving towards a recession. But some people will look at this and say, man, I'm playing offense. Now's the time. Like Ethereum's back under $1,000. BNB is back under $200. I'm going to stack, right? I don't know what you want to do. Like I know what I'm going to do because I've been through this before, right? It's people who make, people that are making moves now when we get out of this bear market, and we will at some point, might not be tomorrow, might not be next week or next month, but we will. Those are the people that are going to be in totally different positions, right? So all of that just to say, don't worry about it. Let's talk about these different platforms, all right? Drip, let's take a look at Drip. Market is tanking. What is Drip doing? $9.65. It's holding strong at that, in this $9 and change mark, right? How is that possible? Forex is the man. I mean, he made moves months ago to detach. I don't want to use the word detach. Maybe that's not the right word, but I'm going to use it for lack of a better term to detach Drip from the rest of the market. And at the time, people didn't understand what he was doing. Right now, people are thankful. Right, market is tanking, 30% down, 35% down. BNB under $200. Drip holding pretty strong. Right, like you would think Drip would be at $1 at this point. And it's still holding strong, right? I mean, who would have known that this would be the hedge, right? Anyway, doing its thing. If you're not in the faucet, like I put a message in Telegram earlier today. I said, look, put overalls on your money and make it work for you, right? Instead of having it sit in your wallet or sit somewhere where it's just dropping in value, throw it in here, get 1% a day. Hydrate, right? Just stack, right? Again, not financial advice. Do what you want to do, but you guys have seen what I've been doing, right? And it's been paying off. Drip is just doing its thing, right? Super excited about what's coming next. There's a lot of things that are coming that Forex is putting together. We're at the beginning of this, guys. We're at the very beginning of this, guys. There's still a lot of people that don't even know about Drip. I know we're in this space and we think, okay, everybody knows about Drip. There's a lot of people that don't even know about Drip, right? Imagine we can tap into that market. It'd be crazy what would happen, right? The user base would quadruple. What would happen there, right? So there's still plenty of opportunity here, I believe, right? I believe there's still plenty of opportunity. But yeah, drip is doing its thing. Let's take a quick look at the animal farm. Bigpen. Bigpen is a long-term play, right? What is that? 17. Bigpen total about $17.7 million in TVL just in the Bigpen alone. BUSD, right? It's cranking out BUSD. Again, it's a slower paying part of the ecosystem, but it's the long-term play, right? Piggy bank, time lock stakes. You guys know how this works, very much like avarice, right? So yeah, this thing is still paying out. I got a compound here. I'll do that off video here. I just want to run through some of these different platforms. But yeah, you can see here, it's still doing its thing. The dogs, that's going to come. You see here, the UI, the new UI was pushed. The new farms and pools are in here. Now you can actually buy pigs with BUSD right on the animal farm site. Let me see if I'm missing anything. This is what Forex put out. He said the new animal farm UI is being pushed right now. All we have left to do is create a migration contract, which will allow people who kept their TVL in V1 to migrate their tokens over to V2 without paying a deposit fee and finish development with a new dogs product. Dogs will be credited. Bigpen game will be 100% ready to go live on the day the whole farm goes live. So there's a new Pigpen game that'll be layered on top of the current Pigpen, and that's gonna be pretty awesome. So there's a lot going on. Forex is working hard behind the scenes, and when he's doing that, good things are about to happen here. So yeah, now's the time. Now's the time to whale up. If you want to be a whale, you can get drip at prices that a lot of the current quote unquote whales that you see now, they didn't even buy their drip at. They didn't get their drip at that price, right? Or they got it at a similar price. Now's your opportunity, right? So yeah, drip, animal farm doing well. Let's take a quick look at avarice. Avarice 1007 BNB in the lobby yesterday. That was a great day to go in, right? Like for me, I was trying to keep an eye on it, but I'll be honest with you, I was running around. It's Father's Day weekend. By the way, happy Father's Day to you guys that are fathers out there putting the work in and probably don't get too much credit, right? Like it's Father's Day today. I'm out here buying gifts for like my family. I'm like, why am I spending money? It's Father's Day, right? Nobody's spending money on me. That's what dads do. That's what dads do. So happy Father's Day to y'all. So I was running around. I wasn't really keeping an eye on this. Had I been keeping an eye on this, I probably would have thrown some more in. But I throw my 5 in the morning. You can see here I got 13,744 tokens. Now again, when there's not much going in, that's the time to go in. Like you look at here, I put like I did 5 BNB here. Compared to this, I did 5 BNB here, and there was 2,638 BNB that went in on that lobby day. I got 5,246 tokens. The same 5 BNB yesterday got me more than double, 13,744 tokens, right? But now's the time to get in on this, right? Staking, BNB is working. I'm going to show you the post I did yesterday. I know there was a post that they put out. There was an issue with the lending side, okay? But as far as the auction lobby, 162 divs that are going to get paid out. I got this big one right here. I already have 100 BNB paid out on that, and I got I think another 4 or 5 days until it matures. So that's going to be exciting. So this one here it's printing, it's doing its thing. But back to what I was saying, if I go to their Telegram, let me go to their Telegram. We can cover what they talked about with lending. Okay. All right. So this is their Telegram right here. Okay. So it says here, good morning, Avers family. First things first, we really appreciate your patience following the vague announcement we put out last night. We're sorry about that, but we needed time to finalize our analysis of the problem and our solution. So there was, prior to this, if you go to the next message, there was a message that they put out saying that there was a problem with the code that they missed, and the 2 companies that audited them missed as well. And the good news is the issue has nothing to do with the lobby and the staking and the dividends you make through staking. It has to do with lending. So for people that were lending, this will probably affect them more. I wasn't lending any. I was considering lending. Um, Now looking back, it's a good thing I didn't, right? Um, but this will probably affect people that were in the lending more so than people that weren't in lending. Only reason I didn't jump into the lending is I didn't really understand it too much, and I wanted to kind of get a grasp on how it worked before I did it. And before I started lending, they put out this announcement. So anyway, back to this. I'm kind of jumping back and forth. Sorry about that. Sister, the issue is that unfortunately there is a logic error with our lending within the platform. It is affecting people who request loans on their stakes. They're unable to collect their dividends when their stake ends. And inversely, those who provide a loan are unable to collect their BNB repayment when the loan time ends. About 5% of the users will still be able to collect. So if this is you, fantastic. This is an oversight in the code that was unfortunately also missed by our 2 audit companies. We're extremely sorry about this. So what does this mean moving forward? We've disabled all loaning. We've calculated that there's about 1,300 BNB lost due to this issue. We decided that the only thing we can do to make this right is to refund everyone who has been affected. That's pretty cool, right? They could have easily said, hey, this is risky. You put it in, something happened, and it's done with, right? They're not doing that. They're refunding people that were affected by this, and they're going to return the 1,300 BNB, it looks like, right? Says here the team, primarily the developer, have just finished the refunding the BNB to users who provided a loan. So they've already done it, apparently, right? This also includes a 6% bonus to other users from our own wallets by way of apology. We have now begun refunding those whose dividends are now unreachable. Tokens will follow later today. So they're going to refund all of that. So to clarify, this means that wallets who ask for a loan will receive new tokens plus their current collected dividends in BNB shortly. You will be able to stake those new tokens again for a desired staking length immediately, though this doesn't change the waiting time for a stake to start. The affected stakes will be removed from the UI once refunds are done. Those who have provided BNB for loans have all received their BNB. This is pretty awesome, guys. Give it up for these guys. Shout out to these developers who are looking out for their community members. Those who have provided BNB for loans have all received their BNB and refunds already, right? It's not, hey, we're gonna do it when we get around to it. Done. They've already done it. As mentioned, the dev and team have been using our BNB to fix this, but unfortunately, due to the scale of the BNB lost, we also need to use the remaining buyback funds. So instead of putting the 100 BNB that they were doing into the lobby, they have to use that for refunds, which is fine, right? It's fine, right? I mean, the silver lining, you always got to look for a silver lining, right? It's going to be 100 less BNB in the lobby, which again, it'll probably equate to lower lobby days maybe, and you can get more avarice if you're jumping into the lobby. Like for me, I'm always looking at the cup half full, right? Like how can we turn this into a positive? How does this work to our benefit, right? Not a lot of people think like that. So where were we? We're truly sorry about all this. We hope you understand. Remain confident in the team. Aver is here to stay, and it's important that we emphasize that the auction itself, the staking, the dividend reward payouts, the stake selling feature all work accurately without any issues, right? So in other words, everything except for the lending is working perfectly fine. You don't got to worry about that. Everything is good, right? So yeah, that's what's going on over here with Avera. So again, the lending has been disabled. They'll get it fixed. In the meanwhile, lobby is doing its thing. It's printing. It's doing. People are making BNB, and people are withdrawing their BNB from their ended stakes as well. Like I've had a couple of people message me saying, "Hey, everything is working great. I've withdrawn my BNB, so everything is working perfectly fine." Okay. On a side note, it kind of makes you appreciate Forex a little bit, right? Like Forex has been talking about lending and this contract and that contract, and a lot of people get mad at Forex because the timeline gets pushed back a little bit. It's not easy to put these things together, guys. It's not easy to put it out perfectly the way it's supposed to come out. It's not easy. There's a lot of testing that has to go on, right? A lot of work behind the scenes, anyway. Avarice doing its thing. Talk a little bit about Pegasus. This one here, 1.5% a day. This one's definitely more on the higher risk end of things, right? High risk, high reward. Not a whole lot of transparency here. They do have a team that's active on Telegram, but other than that, there's really not a whole lot of transparency. But it's paying, it's doing its thing in a down market where we've had platforms, rug, we've had people shut up withdrawals, we've had the whole debacle with Luna, we had the whole debacle with Celsius, even Binance restricted their withdrawals at a point, right? It's just the market is being hammered. These guys are paying. So, I've been withdrawing this whole time. I got another 214 here that I'm going to withdraw. But these withdrawals, it's happening. Like, I can't really say anything about it. It's doing its thing, right? Let's see here. You can actually see the stats for the whole platform. Yeah, so this is I think I covered this was for the week. $380,000 has come into the platform just this week alone. So yeah, so far so good. Again, with this platform, it'll pay. These platforms like this, I always say they pay until they stop paying. So if you're going to get into anything like this or anything, as a general rule, only put in what you can afford to lose. All right. So yeah, that's Pegasus. Pegasus is doing its thing. Novatech, got to give it up for Novatech. These guys have been doing their thing now for 3 years. In a week that was just crazy. These guys paid out 3.14%. I did a video on it on Friday. 3.14%. Again, they average around 3% a week. It's not fixed, right? Sometimes it's a little bit lower, sometimes it's a little bit higher. But again, they have a doxed team. They've been around for 3 years. And the team, all their team talks about is being here for the long term, being here for the long term, being here for the long term. So yes, it pays out less than some of the other things that I'm in, but the fact that they have a track record that's 3 years and running, and you have the ability to take out your deposit, your trading balance, it's not locked in, right? That to me is it makes up for more than enough, right? Because if something's running and has the potential and has a sustainable model that can potentially be here for years, for me, that's what I'm looking for, right? So again, Novatech doing its thing. You average around 3% a week. There is an affiliate plan attached to it, but again, you don't have to participate in that. As a matter of fact, 70% of the user base, they're not even building a team. They have no interest in building a team. So 70% are just using it for the PAM accounts. They're just using it to make passive income every single week, right? So again, they pay out their passive payouts every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, and then they pay out their affiliate commissions if you participate in that Saturday morning. Okay, so yeah, Novatech doing its thing, awesome stuff there. Funds I did a video for. This is another one that averages around 3%. I think this week they paid out 2.85% or 2.87%, if I'm not mistaken. I got to look back at my video, but I just did an update video for them if you want to check that out 2 days ago. They pay out every Friday as well. So this is another one that potentially can run for a while because it has almost the same type of payout that Novatech does. Platforms like this, like even Elevate Pass is another platform that I'm in that's coming on a year, where they pay out an average of 3% a week. They tend to last a lot longer because again, it's a sustainable, number, right? So again, they have a great track record. These guys, they've been out for the crypto side, right? They had a fiat platform that has been out for 6 years. So it's not like they're new. They know how to run a sustainable model. Since then, they've transitioned to crypto, and the crypto platform has only been out for a couple of months, but it's still new. When I first got in here, and I haven't even been in for a long time, I think there was, if I'm not mistaken, like 1,500 members, maybe less than that. And I think they've already definitely tripled, but maybe even quadrupled their membership base just in the last couple of weeks alone. So this thing is growing. And again, this one is an average of 3% a week you can make with funds. All right. Last platform I want to cover here is Piston. This one here doing its thing. It's at $8.25. I did an update for them as well. They have that new game that they're going to be launching. The lottery's coming out at the end of this month. Let me go here to my account here. You see here I have 12,000 plus in here. I do need to compound here so I can hit that 75% mark so I can get the NFT. But they're launching their lottery game, their lottery game at the end of this month, which I think is pretty awesome. There's a couple of platforms out there that have this lottery type feature, and it does bring excitement every day. It does bring FOMO. People are trying to hit the lotto, so they're trying to beat out the next guy. I think it's a pretty cool thing. So we'll see how that plays out. So they have some things that are in the works, but as far as the 1% a day contract, it's working. And what else can you ask for in this market, right? When platforms are getting flipped upside down and all crazy, I did a video on Menifee yielders, all crazy stuff is happening. It's because these platforms are imploding. All you can ask for is a working contract, working protocol. And that's what these guys have. So that's pretty much it. I know I went really long for this one here. Usually I started to do like platform, standalone videos for each platform. That way people, like if they're interested in this platform, they can just go to that video. If they're not interested in this platform, they don't have to watch that video. And it kind of gives people a way to kind of, pick and choose which videos they want. But every now and then I'm going to just do, what's working in the market. And that's what I wanted to do today and just cover everything. So yeah, market is doing what it's doing. Are you going to play offense? If you're in these ROI platforms, you're playing offense. You're trying to stack. Doesn't mean it's risk free. There's still going to be risk, right? But if you're willing to take a risk, there's still a lot of opportunities out here in the marketplace for you to stack crypto. That's pretty much it for today, guys. Again, happy Father's Day. Follow me on Telegram. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that little bell icon. Again, guys, do your own research. Risk capital only. And I will catch you on the next video. Peace.